Welcome back, everyone. We're going to talk school safety today. To do that, we have Sheriff Matt Treglia here from Allen County. First of all, I guess when you think about getting back to school, it's going to be it's a little different this year for folks. School was out for so long. Is part of the issue getting back into that routine of school buses and seeing kids down the sidewalks and all that kind of thing?
Yes, I mean, just keep in mind, Jeff, just remember the school buses are back on the streets and the kids are back in school right now. And it's very important to be watchful and be very careful when the school buses are stopped, that you're stopping for the school buses. We don't want to have any problems. We don't want to have any injuries with any kids at all. And we want everybody to keep an eye out for them.
You know, I watch the school bus drivers, and they have such a great system. You'll see them stop. The kids will go outside. They'll motion for them to stop and tell them when to go across. So they've got it down. Now I think it's a matter sometimes of us motorists trying to follow the same rules.
No, you're exactly right. I think it's extremely important that, that everybody's watching out for them once again. I mean, the last thing anybody wants to do is to hit a child because they weren't paying attention to the school bus and the stop bars. And yes, the bus drivers do a very good job of keeping those kids off the streets until they think it's clear from what they can see. And they do a very good job of watching out for people who they think are going to run that stop bar anyhow, and stopping kids and getting license plates for us and State Patrol too to follow up on. We will issue citations if they give those to us.
Yeah, that's a great point. We can report those folks that we see committing any violations. When school's back in session, does that change up how you guys do patrols? I mean, do you hit certain areas a little harder that might be school zones and those kind of things?
Yes, right off the bat, when schools open back up, we might be in some school zones and monitoring them a little closer, and maybe writing some citations, or at least stopping some violators and letting them know that, hey, school is back in session. Obviously, these are 20-mile-an-hour, 25-mile-an-hour zones now during school hours, so you got to be cognizant of that, and we want people to watch it.
I know you guys, among the many hats that you guys wear, you are in the school zones. You're in the schools with the resource officers. Talk a little bit about that role and kind of the difference you're making there.
Well, we have a school resource officer and a DARE officer. Our school resource officer is Officer Damian Tibbs, Deputy Damian Tibbs, and we have Deputy Ted Falke as our DARE officer. And they work hand in hand in all the schools here together to try to make schools, aware that we're around and about DARE. And Damian even teaches some school resource classes in the schools, and if they give him the time to set up the class. And like I said, they work hand in hand together and do really good, have great interaction with the kids, and puts law enforcement in a good light for the kids to see these officers working with them. So when they do run into officers on the streets, they have already been around and they know what we're like, and they think they can talk to us just like they can the school resource officers, which they can.
Yeah, I think that's made a huge difference. I'm glad you mentioned the DARE program, because I know there were some concerns with kids being out of the classroom for so long and not getting that DARE program. And where there's some concerns there that, okay, we really want to get this message across, and you guys were doing it via social media, but it's nice to do it face to face. Well,
yes, last year was very, very hard, especially with the DARE program and the school resource officer, to get one-on-one time with the kids and be involved with them like we want to be. We want to have interaction with them. We want to be with them. We want to be out there playing ball with them, playing on the playground with them, and doing things like that. And last year made it extremely difficult to have those interactions with the kids. And now that it's back in session, those guys are really working hard to keep that up and do a good job with it.
We had a viewer, too, ask that if we could put the reminder out, especially we think about football games and sporting events related to the schools, to be careful at nighttime when the kids are practicing or when games go on. I know you guys keep kind of a special eye out, too, to make sure that goes well as well.
Oh, yes. Most of the schools hire us as security for the ball games, and other agencies, townships, Lima Police Department, they hire us and to keep the area safe and to be able to go to the games and not have any trouble there, and be aware of it and where people are around and can help them out if they need something. So yes, during the ball game seasons, the uniforms will be present. It may not always be at a sheriff's office, but township police, like I said, Lima Police Department, fill in their jurisdictions and help out as well. As you said, safety is the key. All right, Sheriff, thank you so much for the reminders. We appreciate it. Hey, thanks for having me, Jeff. You bet. Nice talking with you. We'll be back after this.